everybody. My name is Menasha Abrams. Sensei Dan asked me to do a breakdown video of Ishudo Kata 1. I will perform the kata now, for you guys first, and then break it down step by step as we go, and then perform it again for a final time after I've described everything, and so you can watch the different steps after it's already been broken down. All right. Okay, that was Ishudo Kata 1. Again, Sensei Dan, if he sees anything here, he will comment and critique it. I did it to the best of my abilities, so I will try to now break this down step by step. So when starting, every kata in Ishudo, you start with the gathering your breath, and then the side step and the bow. So that goes like this. So you put your feet together and by your side. You're going to bend your knees, and then your hands are going to turn outwards, and then always right crosses over left, and then bring them in. So you're going to bend your knees, breathing in, gathering a big breath while you're doing this. Circle around, and then bring hands, palms open by your hips. Right here on the side, thumbs tucked into the sides, so it's around, and then by the hips, not by the ribs, down here, so not up here, down here, right on the hips, pointed down, big breath in, and then you're going to, with your hands still open here, pointed down, take a small step about shoulder width apart over with the right foot. That's one step over. And then at this stage, you will make a fist. And then once the fist is made, push down and out with the fists and breathe out. Okay, and then once you breathe out, you will take that step back, put your feet together, and when you bring your feet back together, you're going to do a small stomp of the foot, I guess you would call it. Come in, stomp your feet together, so that's out here. Feet down, foot together, and then your hands open. So they were closed at this stage. Foot down, stomp, hands open, bow down. This is how every kata in Ishudo begins, from this stage. So when you're beginning your kata, after you've done that whole routine, you always begin from this stage. Also important to note, when you're doing the bow down, you always have your eye pointed forward. You're looking at your sensei, your opponent, whatever it is. You're always looking forward, you're not looking down. You're about, you can see here, you're not fully down, you're about 45-degree angle from the top. Come down, hands in the front. Hands are in front when you're bowing to somebody of equal or lesser skill than you. Hands are to the side when bowing to somebody who is superior to you. So me bowing to Sensei Dan would be to the side, and further and more down. If I'm bowing to Sensei Dan, more down, further down. Still looking forward, but more of a more of an angle downward, me bowing to somebody in the group, like Chris, let's say, is hands in front, and then that slight 45-degree angle is always looking at the eye, hands down, like that. All right, so let's start over from the top here. So we have, you're going to bend your knees and gather that breath. You're gonna, hands come out, right over left, big breath. Open hands, thumbs in, pointed down on the hips. Step out, make a fist, turn them over and press out, and breathe. Then step in, stomp your foot, open the hands, and bow that 45 degrees. Now every Ishudo kata, like I said before, starts from this stage. You do not come back up and then start going. You will come here, you will, once you open the hand and bow down, you will then come straight from the bow to here. So if we're at the bowing stage here, you will start Ishudo kata 1, your hand. So this hand comes up, open hand like a knife edge, this hand down, and then you will pull and make a fist at the end here for a downward block. So that's the motion. This hand, the hand being pulled back, not the one blocking down, the one being pulled back is by the ribs, up here, not down by the hips. In traditional karate, usually everyone, goes from hips to hips. In this particular kata, it's up by the hip. It's up by the rib cage here, not by the hips. Before we had the open palms by the hips, but now this fist is going to be right on that rib cage right here, pulling back. The feet will make an L. So the front foot comes forward. This back foot here points that way. This foot points that way. Knees always bent. And then you will come down. So you'll come from the bow position, then the knife hand down. That's one, that's the block here. Hands up on the ribs here, if you can see. This down here. L shape, knees bent. And then you will come forward, and then, not come forward, sorry. You will come down here, and then you will throw the punch from up here out from the center. This hand that was down will come up to the ribs. This hand the punch is coming forward. The punch itself is towards the center mass. It is not a head punch, it is not a low punch, it is directly centered out. If you can see, that foot when I was in this block is pointed this way. When I'm throwing that punch, I turn and lift that heel up. I'm here, and then I turn. I do not go forward with that punch. I'm not reaching. I'm staying balanced, knees bent, just turning that heel in direction here. It's pretty much what you want to stay is, if you had a string with a weight at the bottom in the center of your head here, when you are here, you want to be able to have that string and weight coming straight at the bottom, straight. You do not want it anywhere, out here. You want it to come straight, perfectly straight down. You want your weight evenly distributed on your legs. So you want to be center, splitting the weight on your feet, knees bent, turn to that first punch. So let's start over from here. So we come from the bow, come down, L, get that block on the ribs, hand on the ribs, punch out. If you're doing the highest level, I'm pretty sure you do kiai at this point. If you're doing it slow, stage 1 or level 1, you would do this, then this separately. You do the block and the punch at 2 different steps. Intermediate, you would just do block punch without the kiai, just doing a little faster. And then final, and then the hardest, the highest stage, level 3, you would block punch with kiai. That's the difference in the first and the 3 levels, is just different intensities. So you're here, first steps of the kata here, from the bow, come down, throw your punch, the second step, You're going to do another downward block, stepping forward. Again, knife hand. The one hand that's always going down the block will always open up. And then pull across your chest here, hand on that rib. Down here, again, L, knees bent. Same thing here, turn. That heel will come up when you throw that punch. So here, here. Next, once you've done those two block and punches, you're gonna go this direction, but this leg, you're stepping back into the block. You do not step forward into the block. So once we're here, again, knife or open hand, this leg, the front lead leg, will go back. Again, making that L. You do not, from here, you do not step forward. It is not a step forward. You are here. It is a step back. And again, you will throw that punch. You can see the heel, lifting that heel up. After that block, you will punch. Again, center mass, not head, not waist, but straight. Okay, so then here, when you're gonna do, so we did two forward, and then we did one to the left here. Now we're gonna do one completely behind us, 180. So in order to do that without twisting yourself, you're gonna move this back foot. You're gonna take a step. This is gonna be one of the steps in the kata. It's gonna be taking this foot, putting it behind this other foot. So you're gonna slightly move it back, and then twist again, completely around, and do a downward block in this direction now. Completely opposite direction of where you just were. And then throw that punch again. Again, hand here on the ribs. This hand coming forward, heel lifted, both feet pointed forward. So what would happen if you didn't take that step before, so let's say we were here, we threw it, and then we just wanted to go straight behind it without doing this, so we don't take that step. You'll come here, and then when you throw that punch, you will twist and throw yourself completely off balance. And your feet are not in a good stance. They are twisted and you are off balance and compromised. So that's why we take that step and then twist and bend the knees again, L direction, and then lift your heel and punch. Now, final step here for blocks and punches. You're gonna take this lead leg here, and you're gonna step backwards. So you're going to come here, you're going to take this leg, again, knife hand or open hand pull, so now your legs are back. So you take from here, step back, again, L, front toes point that way, point that way, knees bent, block. However, when you get here, you do not throw a punch. You come here, and then you're going to take a shuffle back and try to get to the original, roughly on the original spot where you started your kata. So you're going to come here in your block, then you're going to take this front leg, step in, and then step out that back leg. So you're going to come here, so looks like this. So it looks like from the side, and then you're here, you're going to step in like that. So leading this foot in and then out. You don't go this way, because then you end up with your feet compromised and too close together. So in this block, you come in like that. So you come here, so this is that, so once we came from this direction, going a little back, so you come down block, punch, now doing that front block here, then you're going to retreat, shuffle your feet, and instead of throwing a punch here, you're going to take the same stance as you would throwing a punch, you're going to turn that heel in, instead of throwing a punch, you're going to just bring that hand that was down here, back up to the ribs. Now you have both your hands on your ribs, right here. And that foot in the back went from here. Now both hands are here. By the ribs, heel up, legs bent. So that's where we are here. And then you're going to take this right hand here and punch to the head. This left hand here and punch to the torso. You're just going to go straight out. Again, one high, one low. Note palms are facing down. It's not, the fist is not up like this. It is down. Both fists are pointed downwards. And if you had your open hand, your palms would be facing the floor. One high, one low, knees bent, heel up, and then you're going to bring it back. And then you're going to have opposite. Then the left, after you did right on top, right high, left low, and take it back. Left high, right low. Left towards the head, right towards the torso. And that's how you're going to finish up that counterattack or that attack. And then instead of resetting your hands here, you're going to take a step back to the original position. So we're going to come here, step up with your hands still in position. And then you're going to bend your knees and do that reset and bow, all those steps again. So then step out, make a fist, push the hands down, put the feet together, stomp, hands open, and bow. Now from this position, you could either, again, do kata number 1 again for practice, or if you know kata number 2 from this position, you can go from kata 1 here, finish 1 and go on to, number 2. Or if you're done, then stand back up and put your hands by your side and wait for further direction from sensei Dan. Okay, so now that I've broken all that down, we'll do it one more time. Recap everything. You can pay attention to all the small steps and details that I explained earlier. Okay. This is Menasha Abrams, and that has been Ishudo Kata 1.